Morning everybody, welcome to another Prep and Adventures video. Today is Monday, the 4th of May 2026, it's Monday morning. Looking at the clock at the back of the camper van, it's just gone 20 past 8 in the morning. We've just got to Burnham On Sea. We're in the car park, it's a bank holiday Monday, and we're about to head off on a walk to Brean. Now we have done this walk before, but we stuck to the coast, so walked all the way along the beach. Plan of the day is to head out across the beach as far as the lighthouse, lower lighthouse, then on a public footpath, which will take us inland a bit, skirt around the golf course, then go through the golf course, back out onto the beach, across and into Brean. So I'm just going to get my backpack on, and we'll get moving. There's the prices for the car park. There's the van over there. And let's just head up to the seafront. Weather today, sunshine and showers and cloud. At the moment, just plain cloud. Hopefully the tide is out. Right, let's get up there. Oh, the tide is in. Bit foggy. And that's the direction we're heading, towards Brean. I think that's the UK's shortest pier. In the distance down there I can see the lower lighthouse on the seafront. We'll be just going past that. We're turning right into the sand dunes and then around by the golf course. Right, the pier is behind me, and now we're just going to head down onto the beach and start the beach part, the first beach part of the walk. Right, we're only a few minutes in. I've already had to take my waterproof jacket off. There's no breeze at all, and it's starting to feel a bit warm. Anyway, this sea wall will be finishing in a minute. I'll be down on the sand. In fact, I might start heading down to the sand now. Okay, we're now on the beach. There's the end of the sea wall. We head out this way towards that lighthouse, past all the dog walkers. Beach is full of them at the moment. That's my sunglasses that are making the tapping noise. I just moved them. I wonder if I get to use them. I'm starting to notice a problem with the camera I'm using. The last few trips out, the battery on it seems to be going down quicker than it should, for whatever reason. We're down to about 83%. Well, you're only a few minutes into the walk. I've bought a spare camera with me just in case. I've also bought a power bank. Hopefully it'll last the trip out. Right, I'll bring you back. We're a bit closer to that lighthouse. There's the lower lighthouse. We have filmed all around that with a drone. So what I'll do is put that footage up now, a few details about what that lighthouse is about, and then just going to head on that way. And our footpath is just over there to the right for the dunes. Right, that white stick is where the path heads off into the dunes. That's where we're going to go. So white stick's right about here somewhere. And there's the lighthouse over there. So let's head up into these dunes. That's the actual footpath, which should lead us in next to the golf course. So when we've done this walk before, we continued all the way on along the beach. This way's a little bit more interesting, I think. Up we go. Very soft sand here. Nearly at the top. Oh, only a short climb, but doing it in soft sand. There's the path heading off over there. There's the golf course. Oh, just catch your breath a minute. Looking back out towards Burnham On Sea. The lighthouse there. Still pretty misty. I think you can just about make out the top of the other lighthouse over there. And there's a view across the beach there. Anyway, let's head in down there. Right, just heading down on this bit of sandy path. This will bring us out next to the golf course. A little short bit this before you're at the golf course. Just coming into sight now. So there's the golf course right there, and we'll be skirting all around that, and then a bit further on we'll be going across it. Oh, we've got some caravans there to the right of us, little caravan park. Small little wooded area. Now we're just coming out there on the golf course. So far we've been alright with the weather. No rain yet. Like I said earlier, it's rain showers. No showers so far. Grass could do a cutting back along here on the trail though. Right, where's the entrance to the golf club? Burnham and Berrow Golf Club. The path goes across the road, across the entrance, and carries on along down here. Blimey, it is getting a little bit overgrown, this path. Just about squeezed through. That's better. Woodland chair. Right, we're going on this way. Up ahead there used to be like a long bridge to take you over like a marshy boggy bit. That bridge got so rotten that they've took it down. They're supposed to be replacing it. Whether they have or not, I don't know. You can still carry on along the path. We haven't had much rain lately, so it should be alright. But whether we're in the process of rebuilding it and they've blocked the path, we won't know that till we get there. Out of the trees. Before we go back into the trees, golf course is still on my left. Houses to my right. Trail ahead of me. Right, well this is where the sort of bridge come walkway used to start and go all the way along here. Like I said, it got so rotten and so bad they've took it down. There was a sign saying that they were going to put it back. So far they haven't. Whether they will or not is another matter. But at the moment the path is walkable That's what matters today. Yeah, so that bridge continues all the way along here and ended where that post is, just over there. Sort of bridge, like I say, bridge can walk by. In a minute we'll be actually on the golf course itself, along the edge of it, before coming off the golf course. Yeah, so this is where the path, bridge come walkway, wooden walkway used to finish, and then just around the corner here is where the golf course starts. And there was trees all along here on the right, and it did look quite nice coming onto the golf course here, but looks like a bit of chopping has took place. So anyway, that's the way we're going. Apparently, according to that sign, they're going to divert the footpath away from the play area for the safety of walkers. So I'm not quite sure that's going to, chopping these trees down here is going to be, because it's already away from the, I think they're just doing this little bit wrong now. I'm going to put the path in along here. The path then continues just next to these trees. Okay, we've just come from over there. Our trail takes us here and to the left, though we're going to go down there because there's a co-op there who's going to get a drink and that. But because we're ahead of schedule, it's only 9:30, the footpath also goes straight across here. So we're just going to have a little detour and just go this way. There's a bridge a little bit further up. That you can go on. Not that clear where the bloody footpath is here. So we're actually on the golf course now, in case you didn't realise it. We'll be heading further over to the right, and we'll be taking another route across the golf course. We'll just head over here. Just because, like I say, we're ahead of schedule, so you might as well have a look. There's a church just over there. That's where we'll be taking the footpath when we come back this way. But like I say, we'll just go around the corner here. And we've just got to where this little bridge is. Stop for a couple of minutes before heading back down towards the co-op, where we can grab a drink. Then we'll be heading on a bit further and stopping for a couple of snacks. Whether you like golf courses or not, there's one thing to be said about this one. If it wasn't here, you'd probably find that all this would have been developed by now. So at least that hasn't happened. Another new addition I spotted is back there where the gate was. I could see a camera now watching you when you come on to the golf course to do this path. And I just spotted another camera over there. So everywhere you go, somebody's watching. Isn't that good? Doesn't that make you feel safe? And you can see the other camera on the top of that pole. So there we go. There's that camera I was talking about, another one. And just over here is another wooden bridge. So we'll just go over to this, have a look. There's a coop there going up that ditch. Here's the wooden bridge here. If I carried on in this direction, it'll take us back onto the beach. So I'll take us across just so we can have a look. Sort of marshland here, it's behind the dunes this is. So this bridge could do some work as well. Some of the boards are missing. Anyway, that's that. Don't get stuck in the bunker. Right, we've just been out to that little bridge. Here's the gate, so we come off here and head down to the co-op, get a coffee before heading on our way again. Right, through the kissing gate. So our path will take us that way in a minute, but we're just going to head down here to the co-op, get a quick drink before heading back on course. Just ahead of us is the main road heading out towards Brean and Berrow. Berrow. Where all the holiday caravans are. So here's the co-op on my left. I do believe this co-op is earmarked to be closed, one of 600 in the southwest apparently. They're going to be shut. This is a shame. Hopefully something else will move in there. Right, let's go in here, see if I can get a coffee. Oh, and it's just starting to rain. Right, we've just had our coffee from there. Gate where we come through is behind me. It's raining. Luckily I've got a brolly with me. So just going to head up this way. This will take us next to a park. And a bit further up there's a bench. I can sit down and have my snacks. Hopefully this rain won't last too long. But at least it's not blowing a gale. Rain and blowing a gale make things a whole lot worse. My camera is down to 50% now, so when I get up on the bench and have my snacks, I should put the camera on charge. The old wood pigeon there. There he goes. Right, well there's the park. So we'll walk along to the left of that. And to the left of us is the golf course still. Thinking the rain is stopping, but of course I'm under the trees here. Fair bit of traffic. All heading home from their bank holiday weekend holidays. There's the sort of playing field, football field, just up in the corner, just tucked in amongst the trees is a bench. Hopefully no one is using it and it won't be too wet, and you can have a couple of snacks. Right, well, there's the edge of the park. We're just going to head over in there. There's some benches. It's like a pond. Traffic's certainly building up. All the people going home from the end of their holidays. And now we just head over here and get some snacks and put this camera on a quick boost charge, try and get a bit more life out of it. So there's the little ponds and it's the path. To which there is a tiny little bridge that goes over. Isn't really necessary because the pond ends right there, but let's go over it anyway. We have been here before in the summer and that's been virtually empty. Right, well, there's our benches. One there and one there. We're going to go on the one over here. And yeah, you try. Right, let's have some snacks. Right, I just sat down, can have a few snacks, got some fridge raiders, pork pie and whatnot. So I'm just going to have those. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to put this camera on charge. It's down to 48%. So there's the view I've got. Just looking across on this little pond here. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute after I've had my snacks and charge this camera up a bit. Okay, it's just gone up to 25 past 10. 3.25 miles so far. Just had me snacks. This camera's been on charge, put an extra 10% on it. So that's good. So just clearing the snacks away, paper and that. There's a bin over there, so just put the rubbish in there, and then we'll be on the move again. And it's feeling a little bit cooler now. It was feeling quite hot and humid, but sitting here, it feels a lot colder. Of course, once we get on the move, we'll warm up again. Anyway, just clear it. Oh, and the rain's starting up again. It had stopped. Well, just noticing it's starting up again. So brilliant. Right. Bring you back in a minute. Okay, there's the little pond. There's the seat, LNT, leave no trace. Here's the trail. Let's get back on the trail. I've got my brolly ready. There's a little bit of mud about. The rain we had the other day. It had been dry for a good few weeks before that. Anyway, we're back on the move. Other thing I mentioned, this camera is not waterproof. So I have to be careful what I'm doing with it. Anyway, we're back on the trail. And yeah, look out for muddy puddles. We have been along here and it's been a lot worse before in the past. Right, let's get a move on. Well, the path's getting worse. This is the only muddy bit that we're going to have to contend with. Someone's put a little path around there, look, but I think I'll just try and skirt around the edge of it. Through that bit. If it was all sand, it wouldn't be so bad. There isn't much more of this path to go now. A little bit further on and we'll be heading on back across the golf course and back onto the beach. It's still raining, not heavy, just sort of spotting the rain. Another muddy bit. And you saying that, it does seem to be picking up a little bit. Right, let's head on this way. Rain's heavier now. Got the umbrella up, as you can see. Just heading underneath a few trees right now, so that'll give a little bit of shelter from this rain. But obviously once we're down on the beach, there'll be no shelter, just this umbrella. Of course I've got my waterproof jacket in my bag as well, should I need that. But like I said, did forecast showers today, so hopefully it's just a shower and it will pass. Still muddy puddles to contend with at the moment. But not much further, and that's the shelter of the trees will be gone, and we'll be back on the seafront. After we go through the dunes and across the golf course, of course. Well, the rain's coming down quite heavy now, so this is the last of the trees before we go on to the golf course, and then through the dunes and onto the beach. So we're just going to hang on here while this heavy rain's coming in. Of course I've got the brolly, but it's not a massive umbrella, so we'll just let this shower, hopefully short shower, pass. So I'll bring you back when we're on the move again. What I will do is give this camera another boost while I'm waiting. Okay, we've just come from that direction, sheltered there under the trees a little bit with the brollies up. The rain has eased off a little bit. There's the main road, heading to where all the caravans are, and we're going to head off to the left, back across the golf course. And the rain has eased off a little bit. It's still raining, but it's eased off now. So this will take us back up to the golf course, which is in front of me. On the right we'll see a church. We get on a little bit further. Something I mentioned, once we get to Brean, we might have something to eat there, might not, we'll decide when we get there. But then we'll be catching the bus back into Burnham. I believe it's a Sunday service today, because it's Bank Holiday Monday. So there's one bus every hour. So there's the golf course. Just coming into sight. Rain's definitely eased off a bit. All got their brollies up. There we go to the beach. You can just let me get the church tower there. Let's go over and have a look. Haven't been over here for a long time. So there's the church. Right there. There's the road. There's an old seat, and there's the golf course. Just sort this camera out a minute. It's got a gimbal on it, so every now and again you've got to adjust it. There it goes. So there we go. Rain's nearly stopped. If only it would completely stop. Right, we're back on the golf course, heading across towards the dunes, through the dunes, and then back onto the beach. Rain has just about stopped now, thankfully. So the brolly's gone, back in the bag. Hopefully we won't need it again. The camera's picking it up because the screen on this camera is very small. There's some old pillboxes over there. There's the church. There's another old pillbox just around the corner here on the left. Obviously left over from World War II. Or as I heard someone call it the other day, World War 11. Says you have a pillbox there. So just over here is where we leave the golf course and get into the dunes. So there's the golf course. Here we go long into here, in towards the sand dunes, and back onto the beach. Path branches off left and right here, but both paths take you onto the beach. So we'll take the right one. This one's a little bit overgrown as well. Right, heading up. And we should be able to see out across onto the beach now any second. Tide's gone right out now. Still got further to go. Here we are. We're at the top. I'll sort this camera out again. There we go. So off to the left is Burnham On Sea, which you can't see from here. And we're going to be heading to the right. So just in the distance, you can see some little black sticks sticking up. That's the wreck of the SS Nornen, which came aground on this beach, I think 1897. Tide's at that now. Like I said, the tide's got a long way to go yet to go out. And we have flown the drone over that shipwreck. So what I'll do is I'll put the footage up in a moment of the drone going over that shipwreck, and you can also see across into the where the golf course and everything is. I think you've done that. It was last year or the year before the drone flew away. Anyway, so that way round the corner is Burnham On Sea out of sight, and that's the direction we're going, in towards Brean, Berrow, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, that's the way we're going. Right, so if I bring my finger in, that's the SS, remains the SS Nornen there. And just a bit further up ahead is where people can park their cars on the actual beach, drive up the beach and park on it. Every now and again somebody gets stuck. Every now and again the tide will come in and swamp one. Years ago no one took any notice, but now it's big news if that happens. Anyway, let's head over that way. Oh, and the rain's back. Not a lot, but it is raining. Right, we're on the beach and the rain has opened up again. Absolutely pelting down right now. Obviously there's no shelter here other than what we've got, this umbrella. Like I said, fortunately it's not blowing a gale, so the rain is sort of coming virtually straight down, so the umbrella's doing a good job. Only a small umbrella. Bottom of my trousers are getting a bit wet though. I'll just view ahead for you if I can. There we go. That's ahead of us. There certainly won't be very many people on the beach today, car wise. It's all dog walkers at the moment, that's all we can see. Okie doke, that's where we've just come from, over there. That's the way we're going. The rain is easing off, still raining, but it's easing off now. This is the bit where you can park your cars. There aren't very many here. And obviously the weather's put people off, but there's never as many as there used to be parked on here. And of course today the weather's put people off, but there's another reason, and we'll see that a little bit later on when we get further up. The other reason that's putting people off coming on this beach and parking up. So we'll go down there, and what we're going to do, sometimes we go straight on past where the cars come on, other times we come off where the cars come on and off. We're going to come off where the cars come on and off. Hopefully this rain will stop in a minute. Right, we're going to be turning off this beach in a minute. The rain sort of eases off. You think it's virtually stopped, it's about to stop, then it picks up again. But we certainly won't be sitting outside a pub down here at one of the tables outside having some lunch today. Anyway, just up here is where we turn right to get off the beach. I think this has got to be the least amount of cars I've seen on here on a bank holiday. As I said, obviously the weather's put people off, and the other reason we'll see in a minute that's putting people off in general. Right, I'll bring you back in a minute when we're heading over that way a bit to the right. Okay, here's where we come off the beach. We'll be heading down to the main road. Okay, there's the main road just over there in front of me. To the left there's a beachside holiday park, and that's a pub and restaurant you can go in. We were thinking of going in that one if we didn't go one of the other ones. But we won't be bothering today. Road's looking pretty flooded down here. And in a minute we'll come up to why the other reason why it's so quiet on that beach. Or at least why I think it's so quiet anyway. Right, I'll bring you back when we're just up there. Okay, so we're just coming off onto the main road, and the other reason is you got to pay to park on that beach, and the price is a car for $8.40, horse box car also it's 13, very large motorhome £20. There's the reason that hardly anyone ever goes on there anymore, in my opinion. There are no facilities down on that beach. There's no toilets or anything. And obviously I don't know what maintenance they got, because it's just a beach. The only thing there is down there is a few litter bins. I don't think that justifies the amount of money. Anyway, we're down on the main road. My shoelaces come undone, so I better do that up, and we'll head on down here. Okay, we're on the main road now. That place over there is all shut up. Number of times we come down here in hot sunny weather, and today we film it and it isn't particularly good at all. So here we are, just see the sign, welcome to Brean. So there's your sign, welcome to Brean. We're now at Brean. There's the, see the big wheel over there, and over to the amusement park. Okay, the plan was to have a look at the amusement arcade, grab an ice cream, little look around. However, with the weather like this, the buses are every hour. Bus stops over there. I think we've opted to take the bus straight back. So we're filming a little bit on the bus, and we'll grab some lunch in Burnham On Sea. There's the amusement, the theme park. Right, I'll bring you back when we're on the bus, or whatever it is we do next. Okay, well, we're back at Burnham On Sea, been here a while. Bus was 20 minutes late. We just had lunch in the Weatherspoons there, Reed's Arms. We're now going to head back to the camper van. So I'll end that film there. Oh, by the way, it was 5.5 miles we walked. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.